The 3 college degrees that pay you the most and the 3 that won't. Okay, let's see what that is. Last year, as Americans grappled with inflation, the median household income sat at $74,755, falling roughly 1% from the year before when you account for inflation. Okay, inflation stuff. Among Americans with bachelor's degree, the median income in 2022 was $74,154. I did not know that. That's actually not bad. But my question is, among Americans with bachelor's degree, now whatever this survey is it minimum bachelor's degree where they got this medium income? Because someone with a bachelor's degree could also have a master's and a doctorate. But if it's just only bachelor's, because I still see on like Indeed.com and all these job postings that they require a bachelor's and they're paying like $35,000 to start. So this is interesting. But as with all mediums, there's some degree holders who earn more than others. Okay. Nationally, those with a bachelor's degree in engineering reported the highest medium income at $106,736 in 2022, according to the Census Bureau data. Those with degrees in computers, mathematics, and statistics weren't far behind at $100,283. That's pretty good. Breaking the 6-digit mark. These were the only fields to surpass on a median income of $100,000. Coming in third were degrees holders in physical and related sciences at $83,706. Overall, Americans with degrees in science and engineering, as well as business, earn more than those with a degree in education or the arts and humanities. Understandably, if you have anything that says arts at the end, right? So this is like your education degree, your teaching degrees, your general arts degrees, your history your degrees, your English degrees, your any other foreign language degrees, communications, stuff like that. Let's see. The median income for degree holders in the visual and performance arts, for example, was $54,765 in 2022. I mean, if the starting pay is like above $50,000, that's not bad. Almost half of that of an engineering degree holder. Now it makes me wonder how they get the median. Because there's people who make more than that with those degrees. Now, are they doing the job that requires those degrees? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Those with a bachelor's degree in education reported the second lowest median income at $57,093, followed by psychology at $62,136. Psychology, if it's not a doctorate degree in psychology, if you get master's below, you're probably going to end up like a social worker. And that's a high stress job, doesn't pay a lot. So I can see that. There are also disparities between male and female earners with bachelor's degrees, the census data shows. The average male with a bachelor's degree earned $89,298 in 2022, vastly higher than the average female with the same education level who earned roughly $63,235. Before I read more, I'm going to make a guess. More women are more likely to take some of these jobs up here. Education or degrees in the above, right? Degrees in education, arts, and humanities. Like your gender studies and stuff like that. More likely. There's definitely going to be women who are going to be like physicians, engineers, whatnot. I understand that. It's just more men are more interested in those fields compared to women. Among male earners, top earning field was engineering. Yep. Let me just skip through because I feel like I've read this already. For U.S. males, bachelor's degrees, the 3 lowest earning fields were, on average, visual and performing arts, right? Education, and liberal arts and history, right? I mean, how do they get this medium of like 62,000 and 73,000? That's not terrible, honestly, especially with those degrees. Like, again, are they performing this job? Because it's easy enough that like I know some people who have these degrees but don't do the jobs that's required. they just say, my current job in teaching or whatever doesn't pay, so they get a new job working at the bank or in sales or something, they're making much more. While the lowest among male earners, the median income in all three fields was higher than the national average for each. Among females, in no field was the median income above $100,000. The census data shows the highest earners had engineering degrees, reporting a median income in 2022 at $91,171. Now, I wonder why that is. Is there sexism? Maybe there is, right? I don't agree. I mean, let me take that back. I do believe that there is some sexism that does happen in office. I've seen it firsthand, or certain men don't want to hire women or promote them, right? Or have them in their teams. It's an unfortunate thing. Now, I'm not saying all men are like this. It does exist. Can it go the other way, where it's a job saying where it's mostly women and they don't want men in the office? That can happen too. But engineering is dominantly male. So that's the only argument I can see. But I mean, the pay should be on average higher, but people with those degrees most of those managers and the executives with those degrees are probably mostly male. So that's probably what counts into this median income. Let's see, this keeps going on. Those with a degree in computers, mathematics, and statistics report on average of $81,871. This is for women. For females, the lowest earning degrees holders were visual arts, performance as fields, education, and degrees categorized as other. So I get it. Okay, performing arts, education, and a bunch of other worthless degrees don't pay well. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to Google highest earning degrees and worthless degrees. So give me a second here. Okay, I had to move the camera angle a little bit for this website. This is from research.com. It says 50 highest paying college majors in 2023. So let's see here. So let's go down. These are like 90,000 above jobs. Civil engineering. I don't know anything about it very much, but anything that says engineering, I know just pays very well. Actuarial science. Oh my gosh, I butchered that. I'm a moron, sorry. Apparently that pays a lot. Pharmaceuticals, yes, you hear that a lot. Biotechnology, physics, computer science, so like a lot of like IT job related work pays very well. I can see that. I mean, those are like your systems engineers, software engineers, web developers, right? Get it? Aerospace engineering. Okay, I'm going to just anything that says engineering. I'm just going to keep going forward. Psychology. I will say this about psychology. If you're going for doctorates, great. Anything less, probably not worth it. I know people who have this degree at a master's level. I mean, they work as a social worker or a counselor. I get mixed reviews of like, it's, not bad paying. I'm not saying it's like tremendous, like they're super rich, but they're also like not struggling. But the ones who complain about it the most are the ones who have student debt, because they have a hard time paying off that debt with the psychology degree. So give or take on that one. But if you're pursuing it at the doctorate level, I'd say yeah, for sure. Then there's finance / accounting, right? I've actually heard mixed reviews on this one too from other people, because you're going to end up in the corporate life, right? And some corporations suck, they underpay some of these people, because all of these people are mixed in with those who have degrees in, like this one says, business, statistics, economics. So you're competing with those people too. Then it goes down to lesser paying jobs, engineering, statistics, economics, engineering again, mining, nuclear. I figured nuclear engineering would be way more. Electrical engineering, yeah. Material, chemical engineering, nursing, medical field. This is really good too. They can make a lot of money, especially overtime money too. I know a lot of nurses, and And so a lot of them work their way up too. Because if you get a master's, you can also work your way to become like a nurse practitioner. And they make a lot of money. They make good money too. And some of you get doctorates in nursing too. They have that too. And you could be making more money too. Because you'll be like the top leader in the nursing hospital, whatever setting, right? But nursing's a highly recommended. Well, it's a lot of hard school work. I've heard a lot of stress from the school. It's a lot of work, so keep that in mind. But it sounds very rewarding. Biology, another engineering, management information systems, MIS. I had a boss who had an MIS degree, so apparently they're doing great. I mean, it's a major in like another IT type of degree. I don't know too much about it, but it sounds very similar. Right here it says possible entry jobs like network administrator, database administrator. Okay. And then it goes down political science. I say political science. If you stop there, I don't think it's going to be that great. Oh, well, because they're mixed in with people who have like a degree in politics, education, business, and journalism. You don't want to do in marketing. Marketing, fancy word for sales. Those are your competition. Then it's probably not going to be a good paying job. I say if you have a political science, keep going. Like a law degree for sure. After that, highly recommended. But political science, man, I don't recommend just stopping there. Industrial engineering, architecture. I've heard a lot of architects who struggle too, but I don't know very many architects myself. It's more engineering, human resources. Yeah, there's a degree in human resources. Yeah, you start off as a specialist. Yeah, I get it. Like, not bad. I can imagine it's not bad paying. I don't know what the life is like for human resources. So hopefully someone in the comments will mention it. Marketing research. I mean, you probably have to get a marketing degree for that, right? I don't think it's just marketing research as a degree. Marketing, I don't recommend it. And then there's fashion design. Oof. I don't think you need a degree to be a good fashion designer. There's so many who don't have the degree and they do well. All right, now it's lesser paying job. So we're chemistry. I'm surprised chemistry is not a higher paying job. IT, I can see that you start off this way. There's a lot of IT professionals out there, but you can easily work your way up. And there's also companies who fail and they lose a lot of their IT personnel. They fire them. But I hear a lot of these IT workers, they're able to find another job pretty quick. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Biochemistry. I didn't know I figured it'd be higher. Public policy. Okay, it sounds about right. You're probably working a job and like with the government with this one, or maybe law or something, right? Okay, here we go. Public relations type of thing. International relations, kind of like a public relations, but international level, I assume. Business degrees. Business degrees is very saturated too. So I can understand the pay's not going to be that great. You're competing with a lot of other people. And a lot of people who, not just business degrees, but they have other broad degrees like a communications degree, journalism degrees, probably the political science degrees. They lump them all up in one, and then employers go through them. Healthcare administrator, if you want to work in a healthcare environment, that makes sense, right? I mean, it's just going to be an office job. Yeah, right here, like business management, financial management, planning, like human resources. I mean, a broad field of them, but it's in the medical field. And having a medical field job is pretty good, right? It's not a lot of turnover. You always find a job. Not bad. Food science. You either work for the government, like an FDA, or one of these food companies, like a Tyson. I can see that. But at the bachelor's level, okay. I recommend to go higher. Social work. Yeah, this is a very... I know social workers. Yeah, I mentioned that they don't pay that great. A lot of stress in this job. If you're curious about social work, I recommend volunteering at a homeless shelter. So it's not exactly what they do, but right here, I mean, you face individuals or families in violence, homelessness, addiction, abuse, stuff like that. So if that's the realm you want to work in and thrive, try it. I mean, that's a good place to start. And then there's a lot of lesser paying jobs. Okay, I'm gonna Google real quick worthless degrees. Let's talk about that. Okay, here I just went to the first webpage. Just went for it. Okay, edsmart.org put 20 most useless college degrees in 2024. First one they put is advertising. Yeah, I mean, do you really need a degree for this? Especially when more companies don't need personnel for their advertising. Not as big. They're still going to need personnel, but not as big. Especially with more AI out there to do this type of work. This is not going to be an area you're going to thrive. Anthropology and archaeology. Okay. Here it's like it says if you're not willing to commit significant time and money to obtain a PhD in the field and to potentially spend years in roles such as underpaid intern or research assistant, this career path may not be suitable for you. If you go for a PhD, might be worth your while. A lot of school, a lot of education, probably a lot of student loans. You'll end up being like a professor. Someone writes a lot of books. Masters or lower, you're kind of gonna be screwed. You're not gonna be making a lot of money. You probably never will. You probably don't need to go for the degree in this. Art history, yeah, do you really need it? I mean, you'll be stuck working at a museum with this and still not get paid well. And even museums, they kind of they know. I've worked at a museum actually. They know that people who have a degree and apply for their jobs, they're kind of leave because they're gonna be like, dude, I don't get paid that well. The person working at the McDonald's across the street makes more than me, and they have a degree, right? So it's the gut punch. So they typically hire people who don't have a degree. Communications very broad, and you're competing with people who are looking for administrative jobs, desk jobs, business degrees. It's just not worth it, right? In journalism, it's just as worthless. I've worked at a journalism environment for a Spanish television station, and I've been in environments of other stations. Most of them don't have a journalism degree. They just want people who can really do the job. And let's say you have a journalism degree to make very good money out of it. Those are like the national anchors you see on CNN, MSNBC. They make a lot of money, but for one of them, there's probably like 1,000 others trying to get that type of high-paying job. It's just not worth it. Okay, computer science is a worthless degree. Didn't I just see that as a high-paid job? What the heck? This is contradictory. This is like your path in like IT and stuff. And cybersecurity and stuff, I think even says so here. My personal opinion, I disagree with this. If you agree with this, please let me know in the comments. I really want to know. Because I know a lot, I know people who have like computer science degrees and they're doing fine. I've heard no complaints. Creative writing, yeah. World of ChatGPT. It's like advertising, right? In AI. They don't need this. No one needs this, really. You're working like as a journalist writing. No, you don't need a degree in this. If you have a passion in writing, you don't need a degree. Just start right out of high school and just start writing. And then, your first drafts are going to be crap, but you do better the more you write. And the more you're reading you do, where you're influenced by some of your favorite writers and their writing styles. Criminal justice. I don't know if I agree with this one. Don't you need a degree in this if you want to work for like the FBI, work for the police station with like as a detective or something? Or if you want to be like a lieutenant in a police station at higher, they get paid pretty well. It says here many students who major in criminal justice will spend a significant amount of time after graduation searching for a rare desk job for which they are qualified. They may work as paper pushers for their city or state of residence. Some individuals might pursue further education or training to embark on careers as police officers. And if you have a bachelor's degree and you work as a police officer, I mean, you'll start in a higher position, right? Lawyers, yeah. I mean, this is a good degree to get your bachelor's and then work on your law degree. I can see that. Or foster care workers. I don't know much about foster care workers, but I feel that's kind of more like an area of social work. But I don't think this is a worthless degree. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with me. Or if you agree. Culinary arts, you don't need to spend... Do they have this for 4-year bachelor's degrees for culinary arts to cook? Choosing a culinary or trade school, right? Will be more prudent. Yeah. I didn't know you can go to get a 4-year degree, bachelor's degree in culinary arts. I know trade schools have them, like culinary schools, but even those were not freaking worth your time. It's a waste of money. Waste of money and waste of your time. If you really want to learn how to cook and be a good cook at a restaurant, just start at any restaurant, like an IHOP or Denny's or something, right? They're always looking for a cook because those jobs have high turnover for the reasons of stressful working conditions and very low paying. So they're always getting new people. People quit to get new people. It's always a high turnaround. And that's a good place to start. Learn, see if you like the job enough, really love cooking and the stressful environment, then you can probably spend a year there perfecting your craft and then work your way up to a more higher end restaurant that's not as stressful. Maybe it's as stressful. I don't know. I don't know much about cooks. I worked as a server, but not as a cook. And you could be like the head chef there at the next place. Maybe you can make decent money. I don't know. Education, yeah. Honestly, I wish education wasn't a useless degree. Our society needs good teachers. Not just any teachers, but we need good teachers to provide great quality education for our kids for when they grow up and become great leaders. I know so many teachers who complain about their job, whether you teach elementary, junior high, high school. And it's unfortunate because local governments, I mean, these are the people they screw first when it comes to budget, is teachers remove their benefits, cut their pay. When it comes to increasing their pay next year cycle, they don't, or it's like 0.1%, like nothing, while inflation is going 2+% each year. And a lot of states don't require an education degree or teaching degree, right? They just say if you have a bachelor's degree, just go through the system, get the certification, and then boom, you can become an elementary school teacher. And then a lot of those people just gave up on what they were trying to pursue, and they're not fully committed with teaching kids. They're like, I just need something to get by. Maybe this will be fun, and then it's a terrible cycle. So it's very unfortunate that education is on here, but I understand why. Our society does not value teachers. Entrepreneurship, oh my god. I saw an advertising for leadership as well, and this, I believe this falls in it. There's so many entrepreneurs who don't have a college degree. And I'm sure those entrepreneurs will tell you that to get a degree in entrepreneurship is probably the dumbest thing ever. You don't need it at all. It's to be a good leader, a good entrepreneur, you learn from good and bad examples. You know the necessary drive to become successful. It's not something you teach. It's something you gain through experience. So this is really stupid. Ethics and Civilization Studies. I don't know much about this, honestly. However, a sole degree in ethics and civilization studies may not land you the career you're hoping for. What is it that you're hoping for? Many who receive jobs after graduation with this degree look for jobs in education, social work, and counseling. So you're competing with those people. Okay, great. You're going to end up as a teacher with this degree, basically. Or not, or a job that doesn't require this degree at all. You just be a server, bartender, something else, right? Work in sales. You have a degree. Fashion design, yeah, we saw this earlier. Doesn't pay very well. You really don't need this degree. If you're very passionate in fashion design, you don't need to go to college for it and waste your money. There's plenty of material out there you can read on the internet, YouTube videos, do your own thing about fashion design. Film, video, and photographic arts. Okay, yeah, this is worthless. Again, just like fashion design, there's so much material on the internet and YouTube. If you truly want to learn film editing, you will first open up a film editing, like an Adobe, right? And then you'll try to play with the tools, try to figure it out, and you're trying to accomplish something, you don't know how to do it, so you look for a tutorial on YouTube, you figure it out, boom, that's how you learn, right? You don't need to go to school for this. If you're very passionate, you don't need to go to school for this. You don't need to waste your money. And there's a lot of jobs out there who are not going to be looking for this degree. They just want to know if you can do the freaking job. Languages. I know people who have masters. I don't know if there's doctorates in them. Well, you get a doctorate in English, yeah. But I know the people who have like foreign languages degrees, they still don't do crap with it. I mean, what are you going to do with it? End up just being a teacher, really. Studying languages as a college degree, it's like useless. Yeah, I mean, it's so useless. Let's say you want to teach in another country. They don't require you to they don't require you to have a degree if you want to teach English somewhere else. Let's go with music. Another worthless degree. How many of the more famous bands you see out there right now making millions of dollars have a degree in music? There might be some. Very little amount. I can almost guarantee you that most of them don't. They might have a degree in something else, but not music. And music is another thing that you can just learn on your own. You don't need to go to school. If you really care about like theory and stuff about music history, there's plenty of videos out there and writing material that you can just check out yourself. You don't need someone telling you you need to read this and test you. Here's material I want you to learn and test it. Just get the material you want to learn. Philosophy. I suck, therefore I am. Maybe if you have a PhD and you're passionate about philosophy and you want to teach it at the university, okay. That's a big maybe, a big if. Master's level and below, I mean, who's going to want to hire you? Who cares about that degree when they see it on your resume and you're applying for that desk job? They're not going to care. Maybe they do, like at the university, like I just want to be like an assistant or something somewhere, but they're not going to help you. Next one is psychology. I believe I mentioned this earlier at the high-paying jobs. If you have a doctorate in this, you're gonna do very well. Masters and below, you'll probably be a social worker or a counselor. I'm not saying you're not gonna make a lot of money. You could make money just enough to take care of yourself. You won't be like totally struggling unless you have student loans. But people who I know personally who are counselors and social workers, they're not making like great money. They're not like feeling great. I just know the ones that have student loans in it are the ones complaining the most how it doesn't pay enough because it's so stressful for what you earn. Studio arts and fine arts. This is where you're doing sculpting, painting, drawing, photography, digital media, graphic design, much like the film editing earlier. You don't need to go to school for this. You don't need to go to school for this at all. You don't need to waste your time and your money for it. No one's going to care about this on your resume if you have this degree. It's one of those that, do you have the experience? Do you know what you're doing? Can you do it? Cool. Painting, drawing, I mean, you don't need to go to school for that. Just do the painting and sell it online. See if people are willing to buy it. Go to, like, you do it at a museum when they have local business events where people are selling their stuff for arts, where a lot of art enthusiasts come in, a lot of people who enjoy buying art, they look at it. And this is a place where you can interact with the customers and see what they're looking for, what they like, and you can sell it, right? Especially when you go, especially like any tourist destination that's an, person with an art store and they're selling the art. I'm sure most of them don't have a degree. Theater arts, I don't know. When I think theater arts, I think acting. And this is a place where a lot of actors have perfected their art. There are some actors, big time actors, who've gone to like an acting school. And they do well. Now, do all actors have this? No. A lot of actors, instead of going to school, they go to get private lessons and polish their craft in this art. So it's a give or take situation, right? Travel and tourism? What do you do? Like, tour guide? You don't need a degree in that. Hold on. Sounds funny, right? Sounds fun, right? Even though this degree might have the gist and glamour of travel and getaway, the results of this usage degree isn't so appealing. Like, what are you doing? You working in tourism and travel? Like, you don't need a degree in that. Blogger, you don't need a degree in that. I didn't know they had degrees in tourism and travel. Like, what is this? That is worthless. Holy crap. So yeah, those are some worthless degrees. For those of you who are still hanging in this video, hopefully you've seen it to the end. If you are thinking about going to college, or if you're in college right now, do not do one of these, except for like computer science. I still don't agree. Or criminal justice. There's like those two, right? Okay, yeah. If you're in college right now and you have one of these worthless degrees situations, change your major. You will be doing yourself a solid if you change your major and you went with one of these more higher paying jobs. They're way up here. Typically the engineering ones, right? Basically, if it's easy at college, you're probably not going to make a lot of money. If it's a difficult subject, if it's a difficult degree to obtain in college, it's probably going to have a higher reward at the end. Higher paying job. So I think that's all I got. Let me know in the comment section what you think. If you agree, disagree with some of this list, what you recommend, something you didn't see on this list and you want to mention it, please let us know. I'd like to hear about it. Please like, subscribe, comment. The like and subscribe, please hit that like button, because I noticed that the videos I have that have a lot of viewership, traffic, it's because people hit the like button. So if you got something out of this video, if you've been watching this video for at least 2 minutes, please hit the like button. I think it's deserving at that point. Subscribe. I'd like to talk to you some more about other topics. Let me know. But I digress. Take care. Thanks again.